Is it working? Can we
Yep.
can you hear us? We can.
Yeah.
Honestly, dramas. Right. Good evening. Welcome to another Sunday Bunch. Um, I'm in a hotel. I'd like to say I'm on holiday, but I'm not. I'm stuck in Sheffield. But on with us tonight, we've got Dino, Emma, and Terry. Dino, how's your day been?
Same as every other Sunday. Play football, then watch the football. It's just my Sunday.
Okay, I can just about hear you, but I'll listen carefully. Terry, how's your day been?
Yeah, been for a nice walk in the rain. So, happy days.
Right, okay. And Emma, how's your day been?
Yeah, same old Sunday really. Had to try and rebuild some Lego and had a bit of a nap because I had a migraine. Lazy day, really.
Right, so I'm going to try and put my earphones in because I can hardly hear us. Look, we are live, which means you can join us via the live chat, although I have had to go on my phone last minute because we couldn't get my mind to work. So I'll try my best to get everybody in, but I'm sure the other team will watch the comments if we can get into them. Once again, I want to say a massive big thank you to wolfcompetitions.co.uk for sponsoring our lovely channel down here. So thanks to them for that. Yesterday, then, Crystal Palace 0, Sunderland 0. Pretty good result in the end, really. Team selection, thoughts when you saw the team, Dino?
I mean, I was expecting it. The only thing is with Lafay, I've seen people saying it was a late injury. I mean, because for me, from the last game he played, I thought he was undroppable. But obviously, Adingra's come in. I thought Adingra had a okay game, more second half than first half, because I thought the first half was a bit drab. But the team kind of picks itself right now, I would say. Apart from the Lafay, that's what I was expecting.
Right, okay. Got to be honest, I didn't hear a word of that, but never mind. Emma, team selection, were you happy with what you saw?
I mean, like Dean said, it pretty much picks itself. I mean, I was surprised, like Dean, about Lafay, but I was quite surprised about Wilson starting as well. That was a bit like, what's going on sort of thing. But hey, it worked, and that's all that matters.
Right, okay. I didn't hear that either, but never mind. I'm trying my best. Terry, team selection. Were you happy when you saw the team?
Yeah, I was surprised there's no Lafay, but I heard you got a bit of an injury in training, so it is what it is. It wasn't on the bench, so it definitely must have been an injury, but we're kind of plagued with injuries at the moment. I mean, we have man of the match Ballard, he gets an injury. We get man of the match Lafay, he gets an injury, so let's hope we can get these two players back. But yeah, I thought, like I said, like Dino and the other MSCs, it picks itself at the moment. Adingra played all right, I thought.
Right, I'm not going to lie. I didn't hear a word you said, but never mind. I'm sure it was very knowledgeable to everybody. Right, okay. I'm trying to get me buds to work, so I'll just ignore me. Were we lucky to come away with the points? I mean, how do you think we did? I know we were sort of hanging on towards the end and that, but I mean, fairly confident start, Emma?
No, I was happy with the point. I think it was a really good point, especially to Palace away, because my concern has been our away form. How are we going to play away? Because at home, we've had these sellout crowds and we've had the 12th man. But obviously away, yes, we've got a great fan base, travels away, but it's not as what it is at home. So I have been quite worried about the away form. So to come away with a point, I'm absolutely buzzing with that point.
Right, okay. I'm not going to lie.
You didn't hear a word of it.
But I didn't hear a word of it. If anything comes up on the chat, by the way, can you just have a look at it and see if anything needs mentioning? Because I'm struggling a bit here. Terry, just same again. Were we lucky to come away with a point?
No, I thought we played quite well. I thought it was a good performance. I mean, the keeper, of course, was on fire. He looks really good, and I'm really impressed with him. But that's what he's there for, to do his job. I thought, the game ebbed and flowed. There was times when Palace was in sort of the ascendancy, and then we took control of the game. They took control of the game. And, Crystal Palace, they've unbeaten this season. They've been lost for, I don't know how many games now, but they've done really well pre-season, won the Charity Shield, and back end of last season, winning the FA Cup. So they are a good side. They're definitely going to be, for me, in the top 8 this season. And to come away, if you get a point away from home in the Premier League, it's really good. You win your home games, get away points, happy days. I thought it was a good performance, solid performance, really good defensive display. And I thought, I'm happy with that.
Dino, you're normally Mr. Doom and Gloom. You'll have been expecting a heavy defeat down there, no doubt. Were we lucky to come away with a point?
Yeah, we were. I mean, Pino had a really good chance in the first half where I can't remember who. I think it was that Yamira played a really good ball between the two centre backs, and Pino was through and missed a 1-on-1. I mean, if that's he's not a striker, I don't think. But for me, I'd be disappointed if that was our plan. He didn't put it away after a 1-on-1. We got quite lucky there. Obviously, Roof's made some really, really good saves. The first half was a really drab game, to be fair. Both teams just didn't want the ball. They were just passing around the back four, waiting for some majestic run from somebody, and it just wasn't coming. I mean, I thought Palace played a lot better in the centre. Some of the intricate play they were playing, they were very creative, like little flicks, and it was working at times. But I thought Mukulele had a really, really solid performance at the back. I thought he was really, really good. But the first half was a drab. Second half, different game. I still don't believe. Did we even have a shot on target? I can't really remember a shot on target, but it just felt like Roofs was just pulling out some great saves. But overall, as a team, defensively, really good, because keeping a clean sheet away at the Palace is actually really, really good for the team's structure of being a defensive unit. Just shows we can keep clean sheets. But I think we rode with luck with some of the chances they missed.
Talking of clean sheets, can you hear me all right still now?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I've got my buds working, that's all, so I can hear you now. Talking of clean sheets, I've just had the maid in here, and she's just changed mine, so thanks to her for that. All right, so what?
Did you shit the bed,
No, I was just in it. I was having a little sleep before I came on in, and she just knocked on the door, just came in, changed me. Anyway, let's not go there. Look, right, do we still need a goal scorer then? Are we, because did we just not get the service up there, or whatever, or do you think that's where we're going to be lacking all season? Sorry?
Look, I mean, let's face it, Palace have got a really good defence. They've got one of the best defenders in the Premier League in Mark Gahey, so we cannot really complain. Palace defended really well. We put a lot of balls in the box, and they did what they did. They defended the ball really well. We do need to create more chances, of course, and I think that'll come in time. I think Bobby Broby just looks a bit sort of off the pace at the moment. What I've seen him, I would rather have Meander and swap Meander with Isidore at the moment. But I mean, it is what it is. You've got to get these teams like Palace who've got really good defence. No, they're the best. Let's face it. These are some of the best players in English football and in the world football stage that we're playing against now. So it's going to be hard to break these teams down. We've got to take our chances when they come along. But like I say, if you can get a point away from home and you can win your home games, there's no complaints.
Right, okay. Emma, do you think we're going to need a goal scorer? We're going to be all right with the lads we've already got. I'm trying to flick through the comments here to try and include as many people as we can. Emma, do we need a goal scorer?
I'm very on the fence for this. I'm very worried and concerned about we're going forward. Especially yesterday, I felt like we seemed to really struggle going forward. But at the same time, it's the service as well, which we didn't really get. So that's down to... Oh, he's gone.
Just keep talking.
But no, that was obviously down to Palace, you know what I mean, and the way they played as well yesterday. But going forward, it is obviously still a worry for me. So, but the thing is as well, have these guys gelled yet or not? That's the question to ask. Maybe ask me this question again after another 4 or 5 games, and I might be able to answer a bit more honestly and openly.
Right, okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to ask you again in 4 or 5 games' time, and you can give us a better answer than that then.
Yep.
Dino, Are we needing a goal scorer or what?
Well, we're not going to be able to get a goal scorer since all the markets have closed. So we've got to basically deal with what we've got. What we need is players to chip in with goals. If you need to stop tapping that like Phil, it's coming right through when you tap here. But yeah, we've just got to deal with what we've got. I mean, when Robbie came on, didn't really have much to go on. He was trying to put himself about, but I mean, we were kind of defending a lot more than we were attacking. I wouldn't have minded seeing Traore on because at the minute, just Talby, everything just seems to come down our left-hand side because the right-hand side, Talby just is not really offering too much. So we might need to change something up on the right side because I feel like the left side's okay. We've got options. We've got Lefebvre. You've got Mundell to come back. Adingras looks all right on that side. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Lefebvre on the left and Adingra maybe on the right if he's comfortable there, which I believe he is because he is right-footed. But Wilson Isidore, gone off scraps really. He had the odd flick trying to get a flick shot round when the crosses were coming in. Wasn't really coming off. And again, he up against Gahey. He's no slouch. Liverpool wanted him. He nearly went to Liverpool. But it is a missed opportunity for the simple fact Wharton wasn't playing. That's one of their better players. And they've sold a lot of good players, Palace, so it's kind of a missed opportunity. But to get a point, I'll take that all day, especially with how much they put under pressure and how many shots they got off on roofs. So, yeah, it's a good point. But we are going to struggle to score goals this season. But hopefully we can just get by with 1-0 wins, hopefully. Just be strong and just nick that goal.
Right, okay. I'm trying to scroll through the chat here. I'll come to you just now, Terry, because I have asked one of you two if you can do that, and none of you jumped in to help me out because I'm struggling here, but that doesn't matter.
I've got it.
All right, okay. Oh, fine. Well, just if you keep, I'll keep one of you on the chat then. But Terry, you want in there?
Yeah, I mean, you've got to remember, Palace has got one of the best defences, I think, at the beginning of the season. They've only conceded 1 goal in 4 games and had the same team. I think the same team started against Chelsea that started yesterday. So Chelsea couldn't score against them either. So we'll find that there's not many teams go to Palace this season and win games of football. So I think we need to give credit where credit's due to the team. I think the likes of Talby and Adingra will get stronger as the season goes on. They're still finding their feet. You know, Hume is fresh to the Premier League. He's still finding his feet, get up in his game to the Premier League. So I think we've got a whole new team that will get better as the season goes on. We've got plenty of new players on the bench to come in as well. So I think it's just take your hats off and give credit where credit's due. I think the whole team yesterday did well as a unit. We defended well as a unit. We played the 4-3-3, but we did the 4-3-3 in our own half at times where we defended solidly. And when obviously they broke us down, we had that real good a keeper in the goal there to save the day. So end of the day, I'm not going to criticise the lads at all yesterday. I thought it was a good solid defensive performance. And yes, we'll learn going forward. You know, I'd say 1 or 2 things that we're trying to do yesterday. You know, lovely Dingle got past his man, put the ball on against the back post. Talby took it down and he shot straight away. But again, it was brilliant defending by Crystal Palace.
Right, okay. I'll come to you just now, Dean. I've seen one comment on there from my lovely wife saying that her and Colin have tuned in just to see me because I've been away for most of the week and they're missing us. Isn't that nice? Right there, Dino.
Karen's not.
Colin's missing us. Karen's not. You're probably right, actually. But I'm missing Colin and not Karen. So there you go. Right there, Dino. I know. Dino, you was wondering there, mate.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like yesterday's game, it was a game of 2 teams who don't like to have the ball. There was nothing really creative. I feel like Palace, we play the same as Palace. We like the teams to come onto us and so we can break, but Palace weren't really doing that. Even when they had the ball, they were just playing it. It was all safe passes. And now and again, they would try and break the lines, but the quality was poor. Mateta didn't really have much to go on. It just felt like both teams wanted the other team to come onto them, but none of them would because we're just not that kind of team. And it was just really a stalemate for a little bit. But they did get the odd chance with Yameda, Mateta, where he ball came in the box and he flicked it towards Roofs, hit his shoulder. I do believe if that went in, I think that would have been offside because I thought he was offside, so it was a good save regardless. But yeah, I think it was mainly all about just how structured we were. But I thought both teams were quite poor yesterday.
Right, Terry, you was wanting in there.
Yeah, I think, end of the day, last season, 3 teams came up and they played open style football. They got conceded a lot of goals. I think Regis Labrie has come to the Premier League this season and think, right, we're going to have this low block. We're going to defend and try and keep as many clean sheets as possible. And I think it's a good tactic. Like I said before, if you can get it a point away from home, you're onto a winner.
Right, okay. I miss anything on the chat? Oh, you forgot to look. It doesn't matter. All right,
No. I was on mute. I was on mute.
All right, good then.
So we've got a few people saying to give the guys a chance to gel. We don't know what Broby's going to be like. There's a few people saying that they have already gelled. People are saying so negative. We don't know how Broby's going to react. We need to take advantage against Villa of their poor start. And put your hat on, Terry. Oh no, actually, Philly meant.
Yeah, well, no. The thing is, no. It was Terry said you got to take your hat off to them, so I took my hat off, and I was waiting to get in, but then he rambled on for about another 5 minutes, so it wasn't relevant then. So I put it back on. So, I mean, I think we've had a great start of the season. I was toying with the idea yesterday of not watching the match and going to the Sheffield Wednesday. We're at home. And I thought, shall I go and watch Sheffield Wednesday? But I mean, both the Sheffield teams here, I mean, they're absolutely rock bottom. Sheffield United 5-0, Sheffield Wednesday 3-0. So I'm glad I stayed and watched the match anyway.
You had a shake.
Right. There you go. Right. Can you just fill me in on Lefebvre? What's his injury? Because it was news to me. I'm away from home at the moment, so I'm missing a lot. Is it a bad injury? Is he out for long? Does anybody know?
I mean,
no?
it wasn't really confirmed. It was just people saying, "Oh, it must be an injury." I mean, was it confirmed? I mean, Terry might know more than me. I don't think it was, but if it might have just been a little niggle and they didn't want to risk him. I mean, he didn't make the bench, so that kind of shows you that he wasn't going to be able to play regardless.
Was he on the? Oh, he didn't make the bench. No, he didn't. No.
And that's when I was like, why is he not on the bench? Because there's no way that you drop him after his last performance. Like, you don't drop him from the full squad. So then I automatically assume, well, he must have picked up an injury somewhere.
Yeah, I think I heard somebody say he's had a knock or something. If anybody knows anything more on that, if you want to stick it in the chat, that would certainly help us out. If you will give us a thumbs up as well, hit the like button. I haven't got a clue how many likes we've got so far on this because it's a bit of well, I'm on a mobile here and it's a nightmare. But do that, and if you've not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. It's free to do so. And Michael Bowers in the house, so good to see you, Michael. Back on here. Palace a really good team. Then I mean, everybody's saying. I mean, I heard a lot of people saying, "Oh, we're going to get beat down there." We've got all the builders on site. And most of them from Sunderland, and they're all saying, "Oh, we're going to get beat." So, and I know Palace have been on this run at the end of last season and to this season. But I mean, are they a really good team? I mean, as he's just gone and all that, so. Sorry.
Well, yeah, it looks like. I mean, let's face it. They've got a draw against Chelsea. They beat Villa 3-0, and they're drawing against Nottingham Forest. They beat Liverpool in the Charity Shield, ended last season well. They beat Manchester City in the FA Cup, so there's something good going on there. So yeah, they're a decent side. They've got, like I say, England's best defender in Mark Gahey, who I think they will lose in January. I think it's odds on they're going to lose him and probably cost and going to cost nothing at all to get rid of him either. I think because he's out of contract at some point. So I think he'd have gone if Crystal Palace are getting a replacement in. But that fell down the last year of the transfer window, so Mark Gahey stayed. But yeah, let's face it, they've got a good solid team, and they've got a bit of a sort of fortress at home as well. So, like I say, sometimes you just got to accept the fact that you're going to play against some good sides. And I think yesterday. We dominated periods of that game. I mean, there was in the first half we dominated periods. Second half we had them pinned in their half with the long throws from McKaylee and we had a few corners, and it was just because of their good defensive skills. Like our defense, it was a game of two defenses. I thought both defenses were absolutely fantastic yesterday.
Oh, I don't. Is my mic all right? Because SGS says my mic's messing up. Is it okay or not?
Just a bit muffly now and again. Just a bit muffly now and again. No,
I'm really sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, Terry, I know sort of played well. I'm just trying to gauge, you know, how well that performance was. If Palace are a really good team,
that lacking somebody up top at this moment in time with experience like we are. That just seems to me it was a game of probably two midfields and two defensive displays. Our keeper, of course, had more to do than their keeper because their back line defended the ball better. And, you know, they had a more of a sort of creative midfield, I think, being at home. They're going to be on the offensive at home. You know, they've got the home crowd. It's their little fortress. You expect to be sort of penned in at times. And we did get tight towards the end. But like I say, Ronaldo, Alderete, McKaylee and Hume had a really good game, and Robin Roofs just looks absolutely world class. He really does.
Yeah, absolutely. Dino, Palace, a really good team. Or you just, I mean, I was suddenly just, I don't know. I mean, are they a good team, Dino?
I mean, last season they were because they had stronger players. They've lost some players this season. They lost Eze. They lost a striker called Eduardo or something like that. I think he was a French lad. They lost him. They might have lost other players, so I'm not sure. But them were the two main ones I recognise, especially the Eze one. Obviously, all the Mark Gahey rumours and him almost going. I mean, that obviously must upset the squad a little bit. Yeah, he's been really professional, played very well yesterday, but that will unsettle a bit of a squad, knowing that one of your players is going to be leaving anyway. So they're not as strong as they were last season, in my opinion. But yeah, they're still an established Premier League team. The good at I would say Palace aren't the best footballing side, a little bit like us, but they are very structured. They were missing Andy Wharton yesterday, who apparently when he played in the last game, he didn't give the ball away once. I thought both midfields give the ball away quite cheaply at times. So, I mean, it's a good point. I do feel like Palace will be round about the mid-table mark, and these are the teams you've got to try and pick points up against. Do you know what I mean? So getting a point is a good point. Yeah, we'll look a bit static going forward. We don't look like we're really trying to be imaginative with passing. It seems to be very rigid, whereas Palace seemed like they were doing like little flicks, little intricate 1-2 plays, and that's when they opened were up. We just need to get a little bit more fluid in the passing.
I don't really. I'll bring in just that, sorry. I mean, I just thought it was a solid display. I thought we looked good. I thought we did some tricky little moves and stuff like that. I just thought we didn't look out of place, and you know we.
Well, I never said we look out of place. I just feel like we're a lot more. Like if you look at the first half, we look scared, as in like nobody wants to make a mistake. But then the second half will come out, we'll look like a different team. But the first half, we look like we're a bit scared to make that bad pass, what leads to a goal. So everyone plays it a little bit too safe.
But do you not think? I thought we were the better team in the first half. I really did.
It says we had 50 to 60% of the possession, but we didn't do nothing with it. We didn't. I don't even think we had a shot on target in the first half. And you could say that's good defending, or you could say that's us being not very good on that side of the pitch.
Right, okay. Terry, you want in there?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a young lad called Siddiqui, 20 years of age. Just, you know, he's his first time in sort of big football. And I thought yesterday he played brilliant. I thought he was box to box. He was trying to make things happen. He wasn't fighting in midfield. He was running through the middle. He was doing little turns. He beat 3 men at one point, but then got brought down. That free kick from Xhaka almost paid off, you know. So there's lots of little nice things that we can see that we are building on. And if we go from the last away game against Burnley, we were the better side in the first half. Second time, we sort of fell away. This time, we've learned from that, and we've grown this time, getting a point against a better side. So I think the team has grown, over the whole period of being together since the beginning of the pre-season, and I can see us getting better as the season goes on.
Since the beginning of time. Emma, Palace, are they a really good team, which actually made us our performance, well, even more impressive?
Well, SJ raises a very valid point in the chat. Actually, Palace have played together a lot longer. Our team's practically all brand new. So I just wanted to get that in from the chat. But no, I think Palace are a good team. They're established in the Premiership for a reason. I mean, what is it, their stats? They haven't failed to score at home since, I think it was some point last year, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody in the chat put us right, please. But I'm the same as you yesterday, Phil. I thought we were absolutely excellent. We were all over. And like Terry said, Siddiqui was just first half massive. We had the energy yesterday, which is, it's not something we normally see from a Sunderland side, if that makes any sort of sense. So it's quite nice to see that. So I do think Palace is a good team. They're established for a reason, but it just goes to show that we can compete at this level.
Right, okay. I've got the chat up now, so I can take the chat off here. I can see what's happening now. Dino, you're one in there.
Yeah, like on Siddiqui, like I thought, so at periods in the game, I thought Siddiqui was unbelievable. I think he showed a lot more to his game than what we're used to, because we all see him as a grafter. He carried the ball very well. He looked very confident. And then when he got that little knee niggle, I was like, oh, that might be him done. But he came back on and he still cracked on, done really well. And then for me, Mukiele took that mantle of who was being really good on the pitch. Like, he stood out. He was just everywhere. He was really calm on the ball. He was battling with Mateta, and I would say he was winning that battle. And then obviously Robin Roof stole it off him. So there was like three standout performers for me in that game, and it went from Siddiqui to Mukiele and then to Roofs. So it's good to see that some players are actually standing out in this team as well.
Right, okay. Go on, sorry, I'll bring you on.
Yeah, I thought Ronaldo was fantastic as well. I mean,
Absolutely.
As everybody went forward, he was the one that was at the back sweeping up, and he just controls his back line, and he's barking out instructions, and such a togetherness at this moment in the side. You know, when we lose the ball, we have a pack mentality. We're closing down the player with the ball, and I think there's a real camaraderie at the moment. I think there's something sort of brewing with this team, and honestly, I think it looks really good.
Yeah, I've got to agree. Ronaldo was my man of the match up until that last 15 minutes when Roofs just like blew him away. And but I thought Ronaldo was absolutely superb yesterday. Superb. A few people on the chat are saying about Leeds and Burnley lost. We picked up a point, so there's a few people have said that. A bit of an argument going on between Ian Brown and Michael Bowers, because Bowers is nigging Ian Brown's comments apparently, but Bowers is sorry. Good man, Michael. That's what I like. So Ian Wilkinson is agreeing with Emma. Played for, and they're not better than us. Terry?
Yeah, I want to give Burnley some credit today, man. They defended really well against Liverpool. They did, a defensive display like we did yesterday. But yeah, so I think Burnley have sort of come back to where they were last season by only letting 9 goals in. They were unlucky by just one little mistake of a handball in the last second of the game. They would have gotten the draw against Liverpool. So end of the day, Burnley did lose, dropped the points, but I thought they defended really well.
Right, okay. Is there something, a talking point? Ian Wilkinson on the chat is saying that Hume just about keeping his place. Would you say that? Because I think Hume's had some good games, Emma.
Oh, I couldn't get off mute. No, I agree with you, Phil. I think he has had some good games. I mean, I think my biggest thing with the back is when Ballard's fit and O'Nine's pretty much almost fit as well. So will they then get back into the games? I think
Who knows?
Hume's a given. Do you know what I mean? Hume's a given.
Yeah, but he's. I mean, unless I'm reading this wrong, he's saying usually just about keeping his place. Is Ian Wilkinson just questioning that Hume should not really be playing, Terry?
Yeah, Hume for me is, he's one of those players that come through all the ranks and done really well from League One through to the Premier League, and he's improving in parts of his game yesterday. Yeah, he's going to learn still in the Premier League, and I thought he did really well in parts of the game yesterday. But we have such a strong squad now. The likes of, I think his name's Gertrude, or what we call him. He can play on the right hand side. Mukeli can play on the right back position as well. So if Hume's form did dip, we will have players in there to pick up and take over. But at the moment, I think Hume's really done himself proud in the Premier League.
Can I just ask a question
right.
on that, though? Is it
Yes, go
not
on.
nice to have them options for a change?
Absolutely, 100%.
It's fantastic when you think about it. You know what I mean? It just really is.
Right. Okay.
I think yesterday was the first time there was no English player playing in the first 11 yesterday. That's how we've had to up our game and bring in all the good quality players from around the world. That's what you have to do now at this moment to survive in the Premier League and to get yourself a footing. And hopefully some of the English lads will come through at some point.
Right. Nathan.
Anyway.
Sorry, Nathan Brown on the chat is saying 09 won't get near the starting 11. Do you know Trey Hume for you? Is he? I mean, SG says there's some people seem desperate to drop Hume. I don't think Hume's been that bad, really. I thought him and Ballard are probably the two that have stepped up from last season and looks all right in a now Premiership team. Do you know your thoughts on Trey Hume?
I mean, defensively, I cannot really put Hume wrong. Probably the Burnley game where the goals probably came down that side. Well, one of the goals came down that side, but I don't think he's put a foot wrong. He put in some really good tackles yesterday. The only thing he's got a disadvantage of is that it looks like Ronaldo and Adingra are linking up better on that side than they are on the right hand side. I feel like the right side's it's a bit weaker. Don't get us wrong; it hasn't got the experience of high level football as is. Mandava's played for Atletico Madrid, Dinga's played Premier League football, and where you've got on the other side Hume, like you say, he's come through the leagues, and you've got Talby, who's a very unproven winger. Yes, he's played Champions League, but Club Brugge are basically guaranteed to play Champions League all the time, so he's came from the Belgian league, which for all we know is not the strongest league in the world. But they just don't seem to be gelling as well on the right side than the left. So the right side looks a lot weaker. So it makes Hume not stand out as much. But if you get the right player with Hume, it might change. Like if Traore comes in for a couple of games, you never know. Hume might link up a lot better with him than he is with Talby. Because at the minute, Talby, nobody really knows what he's like at the minute. Well, I don't personally. But I don't think Hume's put a foot wrong, to be fair. I think he's looked like a Premier League footballer. So yeah, I think people just jump on the bandwagon as in oh, he's not that good. He's not good enough. I mean, for me, he's shown he's good enough. Do you know what I mean? He's just kept a clean sheet in the Premier League, so it clearly shows he is good enough. And bye, Phil.
Yeah, I mean, I actually thought, let's face it, Ronaldo's got all the experience at Atletico Madrid, and he's 31, he's been on the block and he knows his stuff. And I think Adingra and Talby both struggled in the first half an hour of the game yesterday. I feel like with Hume and Talby, they both really hugged that far touchline and to thread that ball down the touchline. They were marked really well yesterday, and it's hard to get that connection where I thought there was more space. I thought Ronaldo, I thought he creates and makes the space better. Him, especially with Siddiqui, helps out on the left-hand side more. I thought with Siddiqui and Ronaldo, I thought them both had a good game, which helps Adingra. And Adingra came better towards the last 10 minutes of the first half. And I was disappointed that they took Adingra off and put Isidore on the left just to bring in Broby. I personally would have rather had Adingra stay on the left-hand side and possibly put Mienda up top and took off Isidore. That was just my personal preference.
Right, okay. Apologies for me dipping out. I think I'm in a hotel owned by Michael Bowers.
I think the maid popped in again there, Phil.
Say that again.
I think the maid popped in there for a few seconds, didn't
No, no. It's definitely when I've looked at the owners of the hotel, it is owned by Michael Bowers, and he's put his own internet in this hotel. So that's where we're at. Right, okay. By the way, for fans of Dino's Disco Lights, by the way, we have bought Dino some disco lights. It's just that I'm away at the moment, so I've not had a chance to get them to him. But hopefully next Sunday, to celebrate a nice win against Aston Villa, those disco lights will be on in the background, and we might even get Dino to smile just a little bit. You never know. But
I might even take your top off.
wait, let's see. All right, let's not give him the lights then. Right then, your thoughts on Brubby then? I know we've not seen a lot of him, but he's a big old unit, man. Didn't he? When he came on, you thought, oh, well, you know, he should bully a few people. Emma, your thoughts on him?
Like you say, he's a big lad. I'm not going to deny that, but I can't.
That's what. Sorry, that's what Karen says to me as well. She says I'm a big lad as well. So
Yeah, that's.
you? Yeah, put a few pounds on over the years, Phil.
Oh, I wasn't thinking like that. All right, go on then. Sorry, Emma.
No, I haven't seen enough of him yet to comment. So I'm refusing to comment until I've seen him a bit more.
Right, okay. Do you know, Robbie, have you seen enough of him? Or, you know, I mean, I've heard good and bad tales. I've heard somebody who lives in Amsterdam and used to go and watch, was it Ajax he played for that? And said he wasn't that hot, but I don't know. But do you know?
I mean, I cannot really give, I can't really, off that performance, last 15, 20 minutes where we weren't really attacking a lot, you cannot really judge him on that. You need to give him a good game, good 40, 60 minutes and see what he's about. We all know what we're going to get with Isidore. We know what we're going to get with Mayenda. He's, like you say, he's a big lad. Is he a target man? Is he someone who wants to get in behind? We don't really know much about him. I mean, he tried to get a few touches in the first touch, what just didn't seem to be there. But I'm not going to judge him on that. It's hard enough to come onto a pitch and try and make a difference when it's raining. You're on the defensive a lot of.
A bit of rain. You don't want a bit of rain there, Dino. It's cold.
It's hard to make it's hard to impact the game when strikers these days have probably the least amount of touches on a football pitch. And if you're not creating for them, you've seen it with Mayenda and Isidore over the last year. When you're not getting the ball to you, you wouldn't think they were on the pitch. So I'm not going to judge him on that 20 minutes. I'd like to see him get a full good 60 minutes against a team who we're actually going to try and take the ball, take it to them. So I'm not going to judge him. It's early days for Brian Brubby.
Brubby. Terry, thoughts on him?
Yeah, I think I'd rather give him a bit more time personally. I mean, let's face it, I said last week, I think no matter who starts a game of football in the Premier League for Sunderland at this moment in time, they're going to struggle up top. Last couple of games, Mayenda struggled. Isidore's come on and scored the goals. Then Isidore started yesterday. Didn't really sort of have any clear-cut chances, to be fair. And we had one shot that was a bit wide. And to be fair, I'd rather keep Mayenda, bringing Mayenda on, let Mayenda do what Isidore done and come off the bench and give him a chance first before Brubby gets an opportunity. I think Brubby, for me, probably needs a bit more training, a bit more time with the lads learning the formations or whatever. But I think it's a bit unfair and a bit uncalled for the step to drop Mayenda straight away and try Brubby. I think we start Isidore, bring on Mayenda, start Mayenda, bring on Isidore. I think we'll score our goals late on in games anyway. And I think when other teams are struggling. So that's just my opinion anyway.
Dino?
Oh, wait there. You were quick enough to drop Robert, so do you know what I mean?
But Robert's not good enough for the Premier League, in my opinion. I've always said it.
I'm just saying, you're quick enough to drop Roberts, but you don't want to drop Mayenda or Isidore.
There's no comparison.
Of course it
Roberts
is.
is 29, and for me, he's a good championship player. I don't think he's Premier League standard. Mayenda's a young lad. He has the opportunity to try and show he can do it in the Premier League. He needs to be given the opportunity. Isidore's the same. The pair of them, for me, both of them will do better later in games when they come off the bench and they're fresh against a tiring defence rather than starting the game, because they are young and they're playing against, we're playing against really good quality players in the Premier League, and they've really got to sort of up their game. And I think both of them, to drop them so soon early in sort of their career at the beginning of the Premier League, I just feel like whoever starts for Sunderland up top may struggle until the second half of the game.
Well, can I just quickly say, maybe it's not about dropping my end. Maybe he's looking going, we need a physical, someone who's a bit more physical.
Yeah,
Brian
I don't know how fit Brobby is. Just my opinion, when he came on, he just looked all at sea. And I know it's early days, but I'd rather maybe give someone who's had a few games in the Premier League that chance to actually come off the bench and prove he can still score in the Premier League like Isidore's done. That's just my opinion anyway.
Yeah, but I feel like Reggie was looking going, yeah, my end is quick, but these defenders, they're just too strong. So I want to put someone physical who might be able to pin a defender. But obviously it didn't work like that. But that's probably what Reggie's thinking this game isn't meant for my end. It's meant for someone like Brobby, who's a bit more physical, because Isidore, he's quick, but he's not physical. My end is quick, but not physical. Brobby looks physical. He probably is physical.
It's like the other players that have started so far in the pre-season who've come together from other teams like Holland, and that they've had a bit of time to gel. They've had more game time, where I think Brobby will just probably need a bit more game time behind closed doors to get used to the formation and the situation and get up to the speed of the game. I think in time he hopefully will come good. But I feel Mienda, for me, deserves that chance to come off the bench.
Right, okay. Just very quickly on the chat down here. Ian Brown says you don't pay 22 million for a striker and put them on the bench. SJ says we did 22 million and he was on the bench. There you go. Colin Major, Dino's disco lights are as famous as Quinny's disco pants. Absolutely spot on. Nailed it. Right, just very quickly, before we continue, I've got to give a shout out to our channel sponsors this season, who are the fantastic Wolf competitions. Thanks so much to them, because they are massive sponsors for us this season. And we're just going to play a little advert. So they give money away. They change people's lives, honestly. This is Brian. I know we've played this before. This is Brian, who went out and to a young lady, I think at North Shields, who won a bit of money. So here we go.
We are live in North Shields, wolfcompetition.co.uk. This young lady has won the 50 gram gold bar, right? 50 gram gold bar, said twice, just in case you didn't hear, or an alternative of £3,500. What would you have? Would you take the alternative or would you take the gold bar? Remember, gold never goes down, it's going straight through the roof. Let's find out, Zoe. Zoe, hiya Zoe, how are you? You've won it before, haven't you? Yeah. Hiya, is this your daughter?
Stepdaughter.
Oh, bless you, gorgeous, aren't you? Right, so this is it. Zoe Smith, what you won before in both competitions?
25 grand, and then I won a grand last month as well.
Woo! What a great Monday. And now, Zoe, you've won a 50 gram gold bar, or an alternative, cash alternative, that is, of £3,500.
The cash. I think
You're going to take the
cash.
Excellent.
We're going away next week, aren't
wow, where he's going?
We're just going to Flamingo, lad.
So there you go then, wolfcompetitions.co.uk. Get on the website and win yourself some money. I don't know if you've seen the bit where they flip the coin for like 50 quid and stuff like that. But we will say, and I am now I'm working for Wolf as well. So if you're in Sunderland Town Centre tomorrow, I'm actually going to be in there doing some Wolf stuff. I'm going to be giving some money away. So if you're in the town centre, have a look for us. And well, you
what
could
time
be
is
a
that,
little bit richer. What?
What time is that?
3 o'clock. 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's Sunderland Town Centre. Have a look for us. Come in there. We'll give money away. It just changes people's lives. That's what we do. Right, look. Towards the end, right, Brenda was hanging on. What was the reason? Did we stop trying to win the game? Because I think it could have gone either way. Terry, your thoughts? Why did that happen? Did we tire?
Yeah, I think we got type. I think Crystal Palace as well had sort of stronger substitutions. I think our substitutions at the moment need the game time. The new lad that came from Leipzig, Gertrude, I don't know if I pronounce his name, but yeah, he's obviously come in. He replaced Siddiqui, and he's going to need game time. Robbie again is going to need game time. So I think they just had a stronger bench, and they're at home. You know, the crowd's going to lift them up. They're going to want to try and get that late winner, and they backed us into the corner, but we defended really well. And so, end of the day, it was what it was. We were hanging on towards the end, but there's going to be those games when you're going to have to hang on and show that you can defend, and that's what we did.
Right, okay. Just very quickly, for past this round, 95 people on the yellow stream at the moment, 52 likes we've got. So if you'd like to just hit the thumbs up, it'll take you a second to do so. And give us a like, and don't forget, if you are watching and you're not subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. It's free to do so, and it does help the channel out. Dino, what was the reason we ended up hanging on at the end? Because we've done so well all through the game.
I just think we got a little bit tired. We didn't want to lose the game, and I mean, it might have come from manager's instructions, as in just sit back, low block, and try and counter them, or it might have just been instinctual from the players to think, let's not lose this game. We'll pile the box, and they'll have to do something spectacular to score a goal. And obviously, Roofs made some spectacular saves towards the end. I'm not going to hound the lads for sitting back, because it was needed probably at that particular time. I mean, the wind didn't help. I mean, I know we're talking about weathers and that, but there was a couple of times where the wind caught the ball. I mean, it came like a Dingra, he put a shot in and it almost went to the top corner. So obviously the conditions weren't exactly great for the players out there. And I just felt we dealt with the situation quite well. We just needed to hold on, grab the point and just say, right, got a point on to next week. But I do want to say, though, all I heard was Sunderland fans singing all game. Yeah. Fans were unbelievable. That's all I'm going to say. Unbelievable.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. I was going to mention the fans, and I don't know if it was because they were underneath the commentary box or whatever, but they were superb all through. Sorry.
Yeah, we got one or two players as well who didn't have much of a pre-season. Alderete, who had a really good game, got tight towards the end. He didn't have any. He had 45 minutes pre-season. You've got Mukeli again. He didn't have much pre-season, so he seems to be always sort of having a bit of a niggle towards the end of the game. But they did really well the last 90 minutes and to hang on.
Right, okay. Emma, hanging on at the end, the reason?
I don't really think it's down to tiredness, because it's just the team's still quite fresh. It's still early on in the season. Obviously, we've had that international break, so it's like I don't think it was down to the tiredness. I think it's just Palace pushed with more towards the end, so pushed with to sit deeper, and so we ended up sitting more deeper and focusing on not conceding the goal.
Right, okay. Right then, let's because we want to touch on the Villa game coming up. What about your man of the match then? I think it's a fairly easy one on this one, but Emma, your man of the match.
Can I have one for the first half and one for the second half?
Do whatever you want. I mean, you're the boss. You're a woman. You'll get all your own way, don't you?
So the first half is Siddiqui by a million miles first half. But second half, it's got to be Roofs.
Right, okay. Dino, do you want to have two as well? The first half and the second half.
I'm not like that. I don't do things like that. At first, I was going to give it to Siddiqui. At first, I was going to say to Siddiqui, and then Mukalele was just absolutely battling with Mateta. And then when Robin Roos made them saves, I went, it's got to be Robin Roos, because that could have ended up 2-0 to them if it wasn't for at least two of them saves. So for me, Robin Roos.
Right, okay. Terry, for you?
Yeah, it was loads of good performances yesterday. Like I said, Siddiqui, Ronaldo, we had already, Michaelia, but like Robin Roofs, I mean, he just looks so assured at the back. He comes for his crosses, he jumps 10 foot up in the air. Nobody looks as if they can even take the ball off him. He's so nimble, agile, that right-handed right-handed save. It wasn't a crisp packet hand. It was solid, pushed around the corner. He gets low and down. For a big, tall bloke, he gets down really quick. And he doesn't like push the ball back out to players. He puts it around the corner, around the post for a corner. So very intelligent goalkeeper. We look as if we've got a right old gem there with this one. This one, he could end up being eventually one day one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League for me, because I think he was absolutely amazing.
He's been great. Sorry,
He
Emma.
doesn't flap. He doesn't flap like what Patterson does.
Right, okay, well.
And even good with speed. I mean, the passing at the back, he just doesn't seem flustered. He picks out a pass, doesn't miss time a pass, no kicking out of the touchline. He just seems to be, everything just seems to be good at the moment with the young lad.
He's just never, he's never put a foot wrong for me. I mean, he's just been, he's been a breath of fresh air. Like I said, Ronaldo was my man of the match up until that last 15 minutes. And I mean, Ruth should have a good game anyway. But he's just, I echo what you're saying there, Terry. He's just absolutely tremendous. And I do think he will become one of the best goalies in the Premier, without a doubt. He's been an amazing find for us, like. And Nathan Brown anyway says the roofs, it's on fire, and all that. So there you go. Right, okay. So let's move on to Sunday. Sunday versus Aston Villa, and it's, when did it get moved to 2 o'clock? Has that been recently? Has it always been 2 o'clock?
I think it's been 2 for a while.
Has it? All right. Because it's a nightmare, because I'm going to be in Sheffield on the Saturday night until 3 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm going to have to drive up to do the week chief and early start. But I'll still be there, Emma. I'll still be there where you're drinking all your pints and all that, getting on the table with your top off and all that.
Yeah, my Benjamin's celebrating his 18th.
Oh, really? Is it Ben's 18th as well?
He's 18, believe it or not.
All right, okay. I'll tell you what, I'll get him up. I'll get him a woman on stage. I will do that.
Get him Debbie Dumpling.
Right, look. Should we not play two up front when we're at home, like, against Villa? Should we? I mean, the only concern for me at the moment is just not scoring enough goals, and I'd love to see us bang a few in. Dino, thoughts on that?
1-4-4-2. It kind of opens you up. I believe. I don't think it's a good idea right now. I think we're doing quite good as a team, as in being compact, being defensive, because I think that's the way we're going to play. We're going to be compact, try not to concede a goal, and just try and nick a goal. I feel like that's what the tactic is. Obviously, we got quite lucky. Well, I wouldn't say lucky. The first game of the season, we won 3-0, so everyone's thinking, oh, we're going to score loads of goals. But I just think we were always going to probably win that game. But if we can nick 1-0 wins for a while, I'll take that, because it's never easy to just score goals. Do you know what I mean? We're playing in the best league in the world, and just to go, we need to score loads of goals. Not many teams score loads of goals. You see in Liverpool today, they struggle to break down a Burnley team until they got the penalty. So if we can just keep clean sheets and just nick the odd goal here and there, I'll take that all day.
Right, I mean, we all will, to be honest, Dana. I just think because we've had such a great start, I think I'm probably getting a little bit carried away. Ian Brown says nowhere to hide on Sky. Are we actually on Sky? Are we the early game then? Are we?
Oh, they play all the games now, filming on Sky once you got the app.
Yeah, no, but are we one of the main games? Because I thought the 2 o'clock kickoffs were just
Sunday. Is it Sunday? Is it Sunday?
Yeah, it's the Sunday we're playing.
I watched the Liverpool game today on Sky. I watched the Man City game. So, the chances are we'll be on Sky.
Yeah, but I think there's only 2 games today. Next week, like the Manx play next Sunday at 2 o'clock as well. You know what I mean? So.
We on before them, man. They're shite.
Well, fair enough. Yeah, anyway, somebody's given us an idea, by the way, SG in the chat, for Ben's 18th birthday. He could do the dance off with Dave the Rave, Emma. Could be done. So up front, Emma, would you like the sound of that or not?
I'm kind of a little bit old-fashioned that way. Football should be played 4-4-2, in my opinion. But the thing is, when was the last time we did play 4-4-2? We haven't done that so far this season, and we've managed to gain 7 points. You know what I mean? If you had said to me, right, would you rather we'll play 4-4-2 and get no points, or would you rather we'll play the way we've played and get the 7? It's a no-brainer. You know what I mean? So it's like, why change the winning formation, if you know what I mean? But I'm a believer of 4-4-2. So I would like to see it. Maybe he's changed it to a 4-4-2 for the last like 15 minutes of the game, depending on the score at the time. But that's me.
Right, okay. Just very quickly, Tam on the chat says, Pato is a 1080p, your full HD keeper. Ruth is a 4K keeper with HDR and contrast up to the max. Terry, would you like to see 2 up front?
No. Let's not be naive. Let's not be blindsided by the fact that Villa had a bad start to the season. You don't become a bad team overnight. They finished 5th last season, or whatever it was, or 6th, or just missed out on the Champions League last game of the season. This is not going to be an easy game. You know, they've made 3 major signings on the transfer window. They've got Sancho in and 2 other ones. I'm forgetting who they were now. It's going to be a hard game. Every game in the Premier League is going to be a hard game. I think the Villa game will be a harder game than the Brentford game, be a harder game than the West Ham game. I think we need to be,
Really?
I know we won't take things for granted. Regis Lebris won't let them take things for granted. But us as fans, we have to remember that Aston Villa have been a good side for a few seasons now. They've had a bad start of the season, but they will come good at some point this season. We've got to make sure that we do what we've been doing the first 2 home games of the season. Do the same system that you've been playing. Don't change a winning formation, that kind of thing, and keep it as it is. And let's just grind out that result. Like you said, a 1-0 win will be absolutely fantastic.
Right, Dino, you want in there? Let back Dean.
I feel like I'm picking at Terry here, but I'm not. Terry says you can't get a bad team overnight. Tell that Sheffield United fans.
They sacked the manager though. They've got perfectly good manager in Chris Wilder, and they got rid of him for no reason. I bet he comes back. That's just
I think he's going to come back.
They've got the same head coach. He's a good head coach. He knows what he's doing. They'll come good. They've had a blip at the start of the season, but you watch, they'll be the top end of the table by the end of the season.
Right, okay. Look, we are running out of time down here. I've got 52 likes on my screen. We like to try and get 100 if we can on a Sunday. Come on! Just hit that thumbs up. Smash that. How many is it?
64.
64, right, okay. So smash that. It goes up to 100. It'll take you a second to do so. All right, we are running out of time. So,
Dino,
what's
Villa
that?
play tomorrow night?
Say that again?
Did Villa play tomorrow night?
No, because didn't they play Everton on Saturday?
Oh, of course, Everton. That's right. It was 0-0, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Right, okay, just a quick one while we're running out of time. Would you stay with Isidore up front? Would you put Robbie up there, or would you go back to Mayenda? Terry?
I would stick with Isidore up top and bring Mayenda on second half when Isidore gets tired. Again, I don't like to muck about with things at the moment until I know fine well that Robbie's 100% fit. But then again, I don't know the situation. Regis Lebris, he's been brilliant while he's been at Sunderland. He'll make the right decision, I suppose.
Right, okay. Emma, who's your favourite striker then up front against crappy Aston Villa team who are no good, who were going to bang 4 goals and against? Who do you think?
Mayenda. I rate Mayenda. I think he's brilliant. I always want to see him play.
Why do you like him?
He gets into the pockets of spaces, he sees them and he runs and he's there. And it's just something that you're not used to seeing over these past few years as a Sunderland fan. That forward finding that space and going for it.
Right, you know why I like Mayenda? Because he hates South Bender.
Can I just say one thing? Out of all the players we brought in over the transfer window, the only one that I'm a little bit worried about is Robbie, for the simple fact that that was like a last minute snap decision because Gehy or Gu had to go back to Chelsea. So we had to get somebody in. So I'm just hoping that, you know, they haven't like sort of just gone out and just picked who was available and hope for the best. So that for me is the only one I'm worried about. I hope he proves us wrong. But for me, because we had to get somebody in, because he was going back to Chelsea, who was out there to bring in at short notice. So I'm a little bit sceptical with this one, but let's just see what happens.
Well, yeah, I sort of agree with you, Terry, only because I've heard from, like I said, a Sunderland fan who actually lived out there and had seen him play and had said he's actually not very good. So, you know, you get to know a player best from people who've watched him play a lot, you know what I mean? So I hope it's wrong. I hope it's as close I do, but the jury's out at the moment. Dino, try and keep it brief because we're just about out of time and I've got to go to work because I am a grafter. Who would you have up front for us against Villa?
Right, what I'll say, I feel like Isidore is more of an impact player because he's come on off the bench twice, scored goals. Mayenda is a better player than Isidore, as in dribbling, as in probably quicker. But he goes missing when he's not involved. He goes quite missing. So I'll happily have Mayenda back up front and then use Isidore. But on the Brobby one, so Brobby was meant to be this next up and coming striker. He was banging in goals for Ajax. He went away to another team in a different country, but then he signed back for Ajax a year later. But apparently, in that one of them years, his friend got held hostage, and they wanted Bobby to pay a ransom for him. So he had a lot of stuff going on off the pitch. So maybe that's why your friend's saying that he wasn't very good. But obviously, he apparently had a lot of like situations outside of football what was probably affecting him. So again, let's not judge because I remember when Ross Stewart first joined and everyone was saying we're signing from a second division Scottish team. He's going to be crap, and look what Ross Stewart done. You know what I mean? Ross Stewart was unbelievable for when he played for us. So let's not write anyone off because we've done it before, and I feel like
I don't think anybody is, Dean. No one's writing anybody off. I think we just got preferences with Mayenda and Isidore at the moment.
Right, okay. So none of you would start with Brobby then. Well, we're saying between the two. All right, okay.
Yes.
Right then, let me because we are over time here. Score predictions then. Terry, son of Aston Villa.
Yeah, sneaky 1-0 win. Probably a late winner. That's what I'm going for.
Dino.
1-1.
Dino. Oh wait, man.
Hey, Villa were a good side. You would have took 1-1.
Yeah, no, you said it. You said about they're not very good and they give them the point. Oh wait, man.
I know I said they were not very good, but I'm just saying Terry says teams don't get bad overnight. Sheffield United did. I mean, we're not saying Villa are like that, but it can happen.
I mean, they got a good draw against Everton yesterday, and Everton have got a new, Everton are playing well this season with having Grealish and all them. So I think that was a good away point for Villa yesterday.
Right, okay. Emma, score prediction?
2-1, because we always win 2-1.
Well, I also, because I had a nice little 50 quid came in for the 2-1 against Brentford. So, you know what? I'm going to go 2-1 again. And we'll be able to. SJ says 1-1. David Williams 3-1. Ian Brown says 1-1. Gary Hall 2-1. Home win. However, lads. Right, look, I really do have to go. If my wife's still watching and calling, I will see you later. I'm going to drive home tonight and see you. So keep the bed warm. Right, okay. If you just want to say bye to everybody, Dino.
Goodbye, everybody.
Dino, we need them disco lights here.
What do you want us to say? I said goodbye, everybody. I mean, I don't understand what else you want to say.
It just needs jazzing up. The disco lights will do it. Next week, I promise you will have those disco lights. And I'll just say bye to everybody.
Yeah, see you all later. Let's have a good weekend. Win Villa. Come on. Bye.
I hope so. All right, okay. And Terry, just say bye to everybody, would you?
Bye, everybody. 7th in the league. Happy days.
Yeah, good stuff. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to please like, share, and subscribe. Massive thanks once again to Wolf Competitions, our sponsor. And if you're a member of the channel, watch for your name in the credits. At the end, we'll see you later. Bye bye. Oh, wait there, wait there, wait there. It's me sausage fingers kind of right. Oh, oh, oh.